Hi there, welcome to the another video of our course, that is software engineering. Here in this video we are going to discuss how to draw DFD for given problem. In our previous video we have discussed different types of symbols that we can use to draw our DFD. If you have not watched my previous video, I request you to do watch this video. After that you can watch this video, because in our previous video we have discussed the basic of DFD and we have also discussed the different types of symbols that we use to our DFD. So here in this video we are going to draw DFD for given problem. So we can draw our DFD in 3 steps. First we need to draw context diagram or level 0 diagram. This label 0 diagram represents the entire system as a single bubble. So this label 0 diagram represents the entire system as a single bubble, and this bubble is labeled according to the main function of the system and the various entity which the system interact, and the data flow occurring between the system and the external entities are also represent. So in context diagram we need to represent the entire software as a single bubble, and we need to mention the name of that software, and we also need to represent the external entities that use our system and the data flow between these external entities. We are going to see how to draw context diagram in next slides, but here I'm going to give you the brief about how to draw DFD. After drawing the context diagram, then we need to draw label 1 DFD. So in label 1 DFD, we need to represent the high level function of the system and the input data to these functions and the data output by those functions, and they represent them appropriately in diagram. So in label 1 DFD, we need to represent high level functions of the system and the data input to these functions, and the data output by this function is also represented in label 1 DFD. And if function consists of sub function, so further we need to decompose those function in our subsequent label. So after proper decomposition, we need to prepare data dictionary. This data dictionary used to list out all the data items appearing in DFD model of a system and their format. So while drawing the DFD, first we need to draw label 0 diagram. It is also known as context diagram. After that we need to draw label 1 DFD, where we need to represent high level functions of this system, and this high level function further consists of sub functions. Then we need to decompose those functions as well, and after proper decomposition then we need to prepare data dictionary. So this data dictionary represent all the data that the system gives to produce output as, and we also need to mention the format of those data. So now we are going to see how to draw DFD using this example. So in this example, here we have a supermarket software which needs to develop and the following software to encourage regular customer. So for this, the customer need to supply his or her residential address, telephone number and driving license number. So each customer who register for this scheme is assigned a unique customer number, that is CN, by the computer. A customer can represent his CN to check out staff when he makes any purchase. In this case, the value of his or her purchase is credited against his or her CN number, that is customer number. At the end of each year, the supermarket intends to award surprise gift to the 10 customer who make the highest total purchase over the year, and also it intends to award a 22 karat gold coin to every customer who purchase exceed rupees 10,000. The entries against the CN are reset on the day of every year after the prize winner list are generated. So this simple supermarket software used to encourage their customer by giving some reward based on their purchase. So here this software can generate the two types of winner. First one is surprise winner and second one is 22 karat gold coin winner. So in this software the customer need to enter their details and the system gives the unique customer number, and after each purchase or when customer purchase something they need to give their detail to the clerk and they will enter it into the database of this system, and based on those database this system will generate the winner at the end of every year. So for this simple software we are going to draw our DFD diagram. So as you all know, first we need to draw context diagram or label 0 diagram. So in this label 0 diagram we need to represent the entire system as a single bubble, and we also need to represent the data flow between external entity and to the system. So here we are going to draw our DFD, and our main function is represented using this single bubble, and inside this single bubble we need to write the number and name of that function or this system. So our system is supermarket software and the number we need to give is 0 here in label 0 DFD. So this is our main function. So in context diagram we need to represent our system as a single bubble, and we also need to represent the different types of entities that may use our system. So our first type of external entity is customer. So this customer gives the customer detail to the customer details, and this software generates the unique customer number, that is CN. So this is our first external entity and this is our customer, and this customer enters the customer detail to the system and system gives unique customer number to our customer. And our second type of external entity is clerk, which is responsible for entering the sale details. So this is our external entity which enters the sale details to our system. And our another type of external entity is manager, which is responsible for giving the winner command or to generate winner command. So this manager enters the generate winner command to this system, and this system generate the list of winner as a output. So this is how we can represent our context diagram. So in context diagram we need to represent entire system as a single bubble, and we need to number it as 0, and we need to represent external entities and the data flow between external entity and the system. So this is the how we can draw our context diagram for our software. Now we need to draw label 1 DFD. So in label 1 DFD we need to decompose the system and we need to identify the high level function. So this system consists many high level function, and we are going to represent this high level function in this label 1 DFD. So our first high level function is register user, which is responsible for collecting the customer detail, that is driving license number, phone number and residential address. So this register user takes the detail from the customer and it is responsible for storing those details to our customer database, and we also need to mention the number of our function. So here in label 0, here we can mention this function as 0.1, and we have another, and it produces customer number as a output. And we have another type of function that is enter cell detail, and we need to number it as 0.2. So this is our 0.1 first function and this is our 0.2. So this is how we can number our function. And this enter cell details takes the cell details as input and it is responsible for storing those cell details to our cell info database. So this is how we can represent our database. And we have another type of function, that is generate winner, and the number of this function is 0.3, and it takes the generate winner command, and with the help of these two database, customer database and the cell info database, this generate winner function generate the list of winner as output. So these three are the high level function of our system, that is supermarket software. And in our next level, we need to decompose those functions which consist of sub function. Here this register user can't be decomposed because it is a single function, because this function is simple and it takes the customer details and it is responsible for storing this data only. So this register user can't have further sub functions, so we don't need to decompose this register function. Similarly, this enter cell function perform the atomic activities, which means it's just receive the cell data and responsible for storing those cell information to our cell info table. So this function does not have any sub function, so we don't need to decompose those function. And here this 0.3 function, that is generate winner function, we can decompose this generate winner function to its sub function. So now we are going to see how to decompose this generate winner function. So this generate winner function consists of many sub function, and one of this function is find cell total cell function, and we also need to number this function. So 0.3.1, so 3.1 here, 3 represent the function which we are decomposing. So this is 3.1, and this function take the generate winner command as input, and with the help of cell info it generate the cell information. So this is our first function, which is this sub function of 0.3 function, that is generate winner. And another type of our function is generate gold coin winner, and the number of this function is 0.3.2. 3 means the parent of this function is 3. So this function also takes the help of cell info table and it generates the gold coin winner list as a output. And we have another type of function, that is generate surprise winner list, that is 0.3.3 is the number of this function, and this function also take the use of the cell info and generate the output surprise winner list. And we have another function, that is reset, which is responsible for reset the database after generating the winner list. So this is how we can decompose our function. So this is all functions that we have in our 0.3 function. We can't further decompose these functions, so we need to stop drawing our DFD when we have decomposed the all functions successfully. So this is how we can draw our DFD. So after drawing the DFD, we need to prepare our data dictionary. So data dictionary is used to describe this output or in output data and this input data and their data types. So in our next video, we are going to see how to draw or how to prepare data dictionary. So here we have seen how to draw our DFD. So we can draw our DFD in 3 ways. First we need to prepare our context diagram or label 0 diagram, which represent the entire system as a single bubble. And in context diagram we also needs to represent different types of external entity that different types of external entity as well. So after drawing the context diagram, we need to draw label 1 DFD. Here in label 1 DFD we need to represent the different types of high level function of this system, and if these high level functions of the system have sub functions, then we need to decompose these functions in our subsequent level. And after decomposition of function, we need to represent the data dictionary, or we need to prepare our data dictionary, which is responsive, which list out all the data of a system and their format. So thank you for watching. See you in next video.